Hey, Room 21 Rockstars and the world. I just wanted to give you a quick tour of our classroom for the year, kind of give some explanations for the way things are and what some different things mean. So I'm starting off, this is one of my favorite walls, probably my second favorite, and next to something else we have, but it's our class creed. And this is kind of what we base the entire first week off of, so it's just incredibly awesome. We recite this every day when we say our creed, and it's really what we all stand for as Room 21 Rockstars. The last couple years that I've had this has been so incredibly powerful to have. It's definitely something that I would suggest putting in your classroom. This happens to be the Mr. Incredible balloon. He was at Party City, and he was just incredibly awesome and amazing. Up here we have the 4 houses. These have been here for a long time, a couple of years. And they just represent the 4 houses that all of our scholars in grades 3, 4, and 5 are sorted into. We have Creer, which stands for Believe, Leidenschaft, and Passion, You May and Dream, and Inspire and Inspire. So these are the 4 houses and kind of the definitions that they stand for. Something I'm really excited about is actually down here. These happen to be cork. And what I did is I found these at IKEA. I think they were actually kind of hot pads to put things on, and I painted them in our 4 house colors, and each day we take a photo of something that happened during the day, and eventually there will be 180 or so photos up there kind of chronicling our year in Room 21. So those are up there. Last year they were on records up on the wall, but this year they kind of changed position, so you know, something new. A couple of other things. This is also one of my favorite sections of the classroom, not because of my desk, but because of the secret family recipe. This is something that I've had for years, but it's something that we really take a lot of time to talk about. It's not just on the wall. We talk about the components of effective effort. We talk about what it means to believe in yourself, and we talk about what sweet success looks like, and sometimes what failure looks like, because sometimes you put both of those things into something, and it just doesn't turn out in the end. And so that's something that, you know, is really important to talk about with your students. A couple of other things. This is my favorite wall of all time. This is by far my favorite classroom setup I've ever had. And the Rockstar Incredible family is just epic. The incredible characters are so fun. But a lot of people have asked what these are. And these are actually just these magnetic canisters from IKEA. And every year we keep track of the books that we read using Legos. Well, this year we're actually going to use beads, and their different colors are going to stand for different genres. So I'm actually kind of excited about that. They look really cool up on the board nonetheless. And what I did this year was to kind of fill in the theme, and the whole first week of school, we're going to be talking about kind of what I call the Super 8. And these are kind of the 8 things that the Incredibles teach us, but they're also things that connect to our classroom. So I'm really pumped about it. I've been writing my lesson plans kind of around this. I have video clips, and I'm going to have, and after we do certain tasks, we're always going to come back to this. And I'm going to ask the scholars, you know, which of the Super 8 fits what we just talked about in class. And of course, Edna's up there. She is just awesome and hilarious, especially her facial expression. If you haven't seen The Incredibles in 1 or 2, you have to. This thing is just so cool. It came just like this from Amazon. We are superheroes and rock stars, the 2 things that we represent this year in class. And at the end of the first week, after the scholars have kind of been trained on what it means to be a Room 21 rock star, I'm going to take that down, and they're going to sign their name in different colors of Sharpie. So it's actually going to be kind of cool. And, you know, just a cool way to start the year. My books I've really been focusing on this year. I kind of reorganized them based on a couple teachers that I follow on YouTube, specifically Colby Sharp and Pernell Rip. And basically what they do is they classify them based on genre, but then sometimes based on author or series, different things like that. So I'm really excited. I really worked to increase my number of graphic novels, both fiction and nonfiction. So that's really one of my favorite parts. Now, the all-time favorite wall in my classroom, probably forever, will be the We Are Family wall. And every single year, new pictures are added to it, but the existing pictures stay up, because I want my kids to realize that they're part of a tradition that is now going on year 7, which is just really cool. This over here above the lockers happens to be the new addition to the wall, and it just makes me smile. And these pictures bring back so many memories, especially the whitewater rafting with the DI team. That's something that I will never forget personally either. But that the picture wall is getting pretty expansive, but it's hanging out there. Now with the scholar desks, you'll notice that there isn't anything underneath. So I got the cubes. We've been using these now for probably 4 years from IKEA. Scholars keep everything back in here. It's kind of a good precursor for middle school, to be quite honest. Where it's kind of out in the open, they have to keep it organized, and then they don't have as much clutter on their desk or in their desk, and it just is really awesome. And it also allows the tables to be a little more flexible than having the desk with it's like an endless pit sometimes, depending on who your scholars are in the class that year and based on their organization. But that is a classroom this year, absolutely epic. It is ready for the brand new batch of Room 21 Rockstar Scholars. This is just going to be the best year ever, guys. And the classroom, although the walls and the things on the wall don't make a classroom great, it's something that I really take pride in because I want my kids to feel that they have a home away from home. And so that's one of the first steps in making them feel a part of the family. So yes, it took a lot of time. Yes, it looks epic. But it is not the most important component. That relationship building in the first few weeks of school and all throughout the year is so incredibly vital. So that's the classroom. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.